What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another one of my videos. My name is Melanie Schwartz, and this is You Are Enough, one registered nurse's opinion on how to give the world your best self. This is my edition on preschool, how I am teaching my kids during quarantine about preschool. Before we even get started, let me remind you to go ahead and take a moment to like and subscribe to my videos to keep you in touch with all of the things that we do. Diving into 2 feet, as I said, setting goals, taking care of my fam bam. I have decided to teach my kids preschool every day from 10 to 2. Doesn't always happen. Now, I gotta say, God bless you to any parent who doesn't know the curriculum they're trying to teach their kids. Luckily, I still remember most of the stuff I learned in preschool, and that's part of the trend of this video is remembering that everything you need to know you learned in kindergarten. I know that I'm going to be talking about my little kids, but actually I think this does translate to big kids as well. You just have to tweak some of the jobs that you're giving them. You have to put a big kid spin on it. So I hope you guys find it helpful. So I want to start off by saying that everything that I purchased to do this project cost less than $100. The one wild card is that Sunny had a laminator at home for some reason, so I've been able to laminate some things, but everything that I've done so far has been under $100. I got posters, I got the little Velcro stickies for the wall, I got construction paper, little notebooks, but a lot of it is just teaching kids regular life skills. Before everybody jumps to the conclusion that Mel has her life completely together and wow, isn't she so great? This is my outlet. I don't bake, I don't cook, I don't work out very well, so this is my little moment to myself that I get to create these little activities for my kids to do, and I really like it. So take that into consideration. If this sounds awful to you, don't think that you should be doing this because it's what's right. No. Like, don't put that pressure on yourself. But I find that if I have the day structured out this way, that our day actually flows a little bit better and my kids are a little bit more well-behaved, which everybody could use right now. When I say it's 10 to 2 every day, that's not every day. Like, say it's de Mayo, that didn't happen. Mommy was overserved on Cinco de Mayo, and yeah, so preschool didn't happen the next day, and that's okay. Some days it's gonna work, and some days it's not. As long as you're trying, that's all you can ask, so don't be too hard on yourself. All right, I digress. So, every day, we try and start this from 10 to 2. In the morning, we start by getting dressed, eating breakfast, putting our shoes on, getting ready for the day as if we're gonna leave the house, because we normally do. We normally spend some time outside, and then we sit at the preschool table. We try and get there around 10 o'clock, and that in itself is an achievement for little kids because they're just getting their lives together. So we sit down and we look at the board and we say, okay, what's everybody's job for today? So in our little preschool, we have a chooser, a leader, and a helper. Chooser gets to choose the order of activities that we do that day, within reason. The leader gets to go first in line. The leader really doesn't get very much, but that's what all the kids want to be. It's really weird. The helper gets to help me pass things out, clean things up. You get to move the arrow on the weather chart. They're mommy's helper. So this is one of the parts that can actually translate to big kids as well. Not that everybody's going to be like, I'm going to stand first in line when they're in 10th grade, but you do get to have, like, somebody gets to be the chooser of dinner tonight. You choose what we're having for dinner tonight, because isn't that one of the hardest things about this is what are we going to eat every day? Here's one of my preschool students right now. Come on over. So she comes busting in. It's 10 o'clock, Mom. I'm like, yeah, I know, but you're not even dressed for preschool, so go get. You can assign your kids to be your helper that day. They're the ones that get to take the trash out or empty the dishwasher if it needs to be done. You can start to assign these tasks to realize, like, oh, maybe people do need to help out around the house all day. So once we know what our jobs are for the day, then we figure out what day is today. So we have a piano in our dining room, so I just do Monday, Tuesday, goes all the way down, we figure it out, we move a little arrow, right? Then we do the weather chart. What's the weather like today? Like today, like today. What's the weather like today? Today it's I don't know. And then we run out onto the front porch. This is like their favorite part. And we figure out, what is the weather like today? Is it a big bright blue sky? Is it snowing outside? Is it foggy? Is it raining? What's going on? The whole point of that is like the self-control of you're gonna go outside, you're gonna stand on the front porch, you're not gonna run into the yard, you're gonna turn back around and you're gonna come back to the preschool table. And it shows like their body self-control, it shows their mind self-control, like that's the lesson in that, not what's the weather like today. But it helps to get their listening ears put on for the day. Then we're back at the preschool table, then we sing the ABCs and we decide what letter we're gonna learn about this week. Then you log into the motherboard, Pinterest. It's all on Pinterest. If you look up letter V activities, there are all kinds of different activities out there. It's amazing. So we made little volcanoes, and then Mommy did the little volcano experiment where everything blew up here, and it looked like garbage, but literally the entire process, setting up the entire thing, which was one of the cooler things we did, was maybe like 30 minutes. It really wasn't that much. It was all within 10 to 2. It's not like I'm spending hours and hours planning out my days. We sit down and we start doing these things at the beginning of preschool, and I make it up as I go. I'm on there looking, what are we gonna do? It's a letter V, let's see. Oh, we're gonna make a V and put vase and flowers in it so kids get to draw flowers. And we just make it up as we go. When you have a letter to kind of keep you on track, it'll also break up the activities. So like on letter W, we went out looking for worms, but on letter A, we went out looking for ants. Totally different projects, right? We did our little A activity where you put some syrup around the letter A, stick it outside, ants come to it. It's super cool. Mary Jane went out to check it with her little plastic gun because she hates ants, and the boys thought all of them were Ant-Man. It was pretty hilarious. So after we do our letter activity of some sort, I've looked up a couple of different math or counting games where you just count out certain things. You click eggs together, take your old Easter eggs and you write numbers on them, you click them together if they match. Super simple stuff that I've seen on Pinterest. But it's a moment where you get to give them this game and say, match your eggs up, and you get 10 minutes of quiet. And 10 minutes doesn't seem like that long, but it really is. I've been doing this for a few weeks now, so now I'm starting to build up these activities where they have their little blue book of activities. So if I need quiet time, or if one of them, Mary Jane, finishes way before the boys do, she can get out her little blue book and go through and do her activities that I've come up with over the last few weeks. Keep her mind going, but keep her in preschool and keep her focus and attention right there. So it's actually getting easier as the weeks go on. For those of you with older kids, teach them how to balance their budget. Show them their online apps. Show them what a 401k is. Teach them the things that you know that you might be able to pass on to them. We do snack time, circle time, where I read to the kids. We got some new cool preschool books through Scholastic, through Mary Jane's Preschool, so hopefully we're still contributing to them to some extent. And I just read to them. Reading to kids is so important to keep their focus and energy, and it keeps them sitting, and it's their body control of being able to sit crisscross applesauce and listen to the story for at least a few minutes. And then, like I said, we have a piano in our dining room, so I try and get them each to just sit at the piano, thumb on middle C, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is very difficult, but it takes about 10 minutes to do. But it's the control of, it's Mary Jane's turn, it's Bryce's turn, it's Tyson's turn. Everybody has their separate turns. You have to wait your turn. You get to watch. You get to encourage. You get to do all these little things. That's the lesson, not really the scale, but it's the lesson of, it's your turn. You're the leader tomorrow. You get to be the chooser another day. Learning patience, we're learning tolerance, and we're learning love and compassion for each other. You actually have this rare opportunity to spend some time with our kids. Teach our kids how to be good members of society. Meet your neighbors. Be kind to the people that you see 6 feet away. Take care of your body and work out every once in a while. Show kids that it's important to eat right. Call your grandma, read a book, snuggle up, watch a movie. Make that time together, have that time together, and cherish that time together, because you don't know when it might be taken away from you. Just remember, we as a society have a lot to be grateful for. There's so much negativity and hatred out in the world. Try and be a part that brings joy. Try and bring something that brings happiness to people, even if it's just to your family, and even if it's just your outlook on the situation. Try and focus on positivity. You can only control your response to this adverse situation. Teach positivity, teach love. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support so far with my videos. I love you all. If you guys have any questions or want to chat any more about the preschool that I started, just drop a comment below. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe to my videos, of course, and I'll see you guys next time.